Everyone. How are you all doing? My darling fellow inspirers. I'm glad to be here this evening. It's evening where I am. What's the time where you are? What's the time? Is it morning? If it's morning and you're just starting your day, I want to wish you a very great day. I want to wish you an awesome day. If it's afternoon, I want to say, how's your day going? I hope your day is going smoothly because I always want the very best for all my fellow inspirers. And if it's evening, like it is where I am, it's actually night. Like people should be in bed by now. I want to say I hope your day was great and I hope you have a good rest. Um, you see, I'm just trying something new. I'm trying something new for the very first time. I want to start going live more often. But I realized that there are some characteristics of going live that are quite different from when you record, you edit, and you put everything out there. But I want to do more lives this period, and I want to have more interactions with my fellow inspirers. I want us to build this community. I want us to have a stronger bond. I want us to get to know each other because it's very important that we know each other. That's the one way in which we can support one another. For you to be able to support someone, you need to know who the person is, what the person is going through, where the person needs you, and how you can be of help. So I want us to start building this community. So tonight, I don't really have much to talk about. Like I said, I'm trying to do some experiments because I've been lives. Yes, I've done a few here and there, but I haven't done any this year. I did it last year and I haven't done it since this year. Oh wow, 5 people are live with me. Oh, hello everyone. Hi Paulo. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm so excited because this is the first time that I'm going live on my phone. I started this channel last year and I used to go live on my laptop. So now that we are 68 subscribers, it means that YouTube finally gave me the access. Wow, I have 15 people here with me now. Thank you so much for joining me. I was thinking to myself, I wanted to actually publicize this and put it in the community chat and say, hi guys, I want to go live. But then again, I wasn't so sure if I was going to go live. There were so many things happening at the background. But I just said to myself, turn on the phone, start talking. I always say, take the first step. If you've been a part of this family here, if you're a fellow inspirer, whether you're new, whether you've been here for a long time, you are automatically a fellow inspirer. And it's good to have you here. I always say on this channel that you should take the bold step. What's that thing you're scared of doing? Just do it. Just do it. And you'll find out that things are not as difficult or as scary as you imagined they would be. And so I just turned on the camera and I started talking to you all. And I always have fun when I'm talking to you all here, my fellow inspirers. If you're having some fun, if you're getting into the vibe of the conversation, please drop your comments below. I need your encouragement because, like I said, I haven't done this all year. I'm still getting used to the kinks. I'm getting used to working it out and all that. So I don't really have experience in this. So I want you to join me. I want you to support me. I want you to encourage me. Now, take the bold step because you never can tell what is going to happen out there. You can't start to imagine how people are going to show up for you. When you start something, you would always be scared because it's unfamiliar, it's something you're not used to. But when you take the bold step, people are going to come out in their numbers and support you. Nobody comes out to support you when you've not started something because they are not mind readers. And besides, you need to show that you're invested in something. You need to show that you're interested in doing something. And you need to show that you're here for the long haul. You're not just here to just make it like a fluke, like something you just do once or twice and you don't do it again. No. If you're really genuine, if this is really what you want, you have to take the bold step and you have to keep stepping. That's one thing I have to emphasize. Keep stepping. Because taking the bold step and then going back is even worse than if you didn't step out into the unknown to begin with. So keep stepping, keep going, keep making steady efforts. Don't just give up because you're still scared or because your first attempt wasn't as good or as great as you imagined it would be. Keep taking that first step. Another thing I want to encourage you to do is that you shouldn't really listen to naysayers. Naysayers will always be there. People will always come up and say, he doesn't know what he's doing, or she doesn't know what she's doing, or this is a novice. Who would trust a novice? But the issue is there anyone who started off as an expert? There isn't anyone in the world who started anything as an expert. Everyone starts off as a novice. Everyone starts off as a beginner. Everyone is a greenhorn at the beginning. So when you start taking those steps and keep taking those steps rather, then you become an expert. You don't become an expert overnight. You become an expert by doing something consistently. Consistency is key. Consistency is powerful. Consistency is important for your growth. No matter what you want to do, you have to be consistent at it. You have to keep going. You have to keep growing. You have to keep making the effort and don't ever give up. Don't ever give up, no matter what it is you want to do. Just keep doing it. Just keep going. And help is going to come. Support is going to come. Friends are going to pop up and cheer you. But you have to show that this is what you want to do. This is what you sure know you want to do. Like you don't have any doubts and you're going to give your all. So give your all. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Because sometimes when you start something, you expect that it's going to take off, it's going to be awesome, everybody's going to see how brilliant you are. But that is not always the case. Initially, people will not see how brilliant you are. In the beginning, when you start something, people will not have your back. They will see that you're still shaky. They will see that you're still trembling. You're not very confident. They would see your inexperience. And if you are not determined, if you are not dogged and determined that this is what is going to be, I'm going to keep pushing no matter what happens. This is the lane I have chosen and I'm going to stay on this lane. People are going to come and discourage you. For every success story, there has been some of discouragement at the beginning. People will always wonder, what are you doing? Are you sure this is it? Why don't you do the regular thing that everybody else is doing? Why don't you go on established paths? Why don't you do what we all are doing? But if you make up your mind that this is what you want to do, it doesn't matter how different that path is. It doesn't matter how unique, unfamiliar, or not well defined that path is. You just keep going. If you know that this is what you want. Thank you for the second like. Thank you so much. If you know that this is what you want, keep going. Don't give up. And the thing is that over time, if you keep doing that thing that you said you would do, if you keep on that path that you have chosen for yourself, people will one day applaud you. And the irony is that it is those same people that said you couldn't do it that will come and say, wow, you did it. We are happy for you. This is awesome. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. I am so grateful. Hey, hello, Odogu Hustler. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for the encouragement. This is not familiar territory at all. Yes, I've been bringing videos and all that, but live videos, this is unfamiliar territory, and I'm grateful for the support. I am grateful for the encouragement, and I'm grateful for your being here with me this evening, because it's evening where I am. Whatever time it is there, I hope you're having a great time. So as I was saying, the same people who said you couldn't do something will be the ones who would come and start saying, we are glad you didn't give up. We are glad you didn't listen to us. We are so thankful that you were so determined and focused, and you told yourself that come what may, you will keep doing this thing. So just keep at that thing you're doing, because even though initially people will say, what are you doing? What really are you doing? You're just wasting your time. Don't you see nobody else is doing this thing? Why don't you come to a field where people are already established, everybody knows, is the regular thing? Why don't you come and do the familiar? There will be the same people in the end who will tell you, job well done, we are proud of you. You see that statement, we are proud of you? It's going to come. It is going to come. Just keep doing what you're doing. Have you seen my video on the importance of being delusional? It's one of my recent videos. In that video, I talked about how everybody could be telling you that you are wasting your time. This thing you're doing is not worth it. You are being delusional. People would actually use that word with you. It's very funny. Some will say it's the Lulu. They will just, shorten it so it sounds kind of funky. They will shorten it so it sounds kind of funky. And they will say you're being delulu, you're being delusional. But keep at your delusion. You see, they are saying you're being unrealistic. They are saying you're being impractical. You don't know what you're doing. You're wasting your time. And so actually use the phrase, you're wasting your life. Have you heard that one? If you've heard that statement, you're wasting your life, please drop it in the comments section. Has anybody ever told you you are wasting your life because you're not doing the regular things that every other person is doing? Because you're not doing what the norm is. You're not following the path that everybody else has followed. Has anybody ever told you you're wasting your life? If anyone has ever told you that, whether it's a parent, a family member, whoever it is, please drop it in the comments section. And tell me how you responded, because some people don't know how to respond to that statement. People respond in different ways. It's either they become sad, they start feeling very bad, like, yeah, I think I'm wasting my life. And then some of them drop that thing that they were doing. They stop doing that thing that was giving them the joy, that was making them feel like they were pursuing their purpose. They stop doing all that. And then they go back to doing what every other person expects of them. They go and start doing that thing, and they don't get the joy. They don't get the fulfillment. They don't get that inner peace they used to have when they were doing what they were supposed to do. Now, if you're doing something that is not your calling, if you're doing something that you're not called to do, if you're doing something that doesn't really fulfill you, you're not going to be very happy. You're not going to have that inner joy and peace. And another thing you need to know is that it's not always about money. It's not always about money, because sometimes they will tell you to choose a path because it's very lucrative. They will tell you to choose a path because that one pays well. Everybody knows this is the path that pays well. So why are you here struggling? Why are you here trying to carve out a niche for yourself? This path doesn't pay. At least it's not established yet. So why are you here? But you know that this is what gives you inner joy. This is what gives you inner peace. This is where you find the contentment and the fulfillment. If you respond like those people who drop whatever they are trying to build in order to listen to what people are saying or obey what society is telling them to do, you will not find the joy and fulfillment. And the issue is, most times you go back to that thing you were building. I've seen that happen so often. You go back to that thing that you were building and you start all over again. It now becomes like the effort you had put in before was not paying off. In fact, it looks like that effort wasted. It was just a complete waste of your initial efforts. And then you go and start afresh. When you start afresh, what you have just done is that you have lost momentum. I've talked about the power of momentum and consistency, how consistency pays off. You need to go and watch that video. It's here on this channel. Watch the video and find out the secrets that consistency gives you. There is a special spice. There is momentum that consistency gives you. So if you're always stopping, starting, stopping, and you are never consistent with one thing, whatever it is that you're building is going to never really take off. It will never really take off because people don't even know who you are. You're still trying to get into the industry. You haven't got your 2 feet into the room. You're just 1 foot in. And then you pull out that foot again and you're like, no, I think this is not the room for me. I think I have to go elsewhere. And then you go elsewhere and you start afresh. Then you come back into that room. When you come back into that room where you had just 1 foot earlier, what you will realize is that you have to start reintroducing yourself. It means that you need to start saying, hello, I'm Monica. Oh, hello, we met. Oh, hello, my name is John. Oh, hello, this is what I do. You're not established. People don't know you. People can't even recognize you in a crowd because the time you would have spent with them, the time you would have spent building that particular thing that you wanted, you decided to go back and do what society said you should do. You went back to please everybody but yourself, and then you end up regretting it. You end up wishing you never left. You go back there and you see that it wasn't worth it. That thing they were saying, come and do this. This is the trending thing. This is the thing that pays. This is the most lucrative thing. It wasn't worth it at all. And you are not happy. You're not fulfilled. Then you go back to what you love doing. If you keep going back and forth like that, you're not making progress in either side. You're not making progress in the place that they said is the lucrative part. Neither are you making progress building what you're building. So you need to have a resolute mind. What is a resolute mind? A resolute mind is a mind where you are like, this is it, and I'm sticking with it. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter what is happening out there. It doesn't matter what my friends are doing. It doesn't matter what my family thinks. It doesn't matter what is trending at the moment. This is what I want. This is where I am, and I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it. I am not leaving. I am staying right here, and I am building something for myself. If you read the story of early starters, founders of companies, especially those companies that were doing things that were unique back in the day, you will see that initially people told them, but you're wasting your time. Why aren't you doing what every other person is doing? Are you sure you know what you're doing? People came with a lot of doubts and negativity and tried to get them to stop what they were doing and do the regular, the same old, same old. That was what everybody was telling them to do. But they stayed focused. They stayed determined. They stayed on that path and they kept doing what they were doing. And so when they continued on that path and years went by, then technology caught up. Then the industry grew. Then other people started buying into the ideas. And then they started affiliating. And then they started franchising, giving their names to smaller companies, like subcontractors kind of thing. They were doing all that. And then they grew. They didn't just grow, they were the early founders, the early starters of that concept, of that way of doing business or doing whatever it is. Those people always have an advantage because they stuck with it, because they stayed put, because they were not moving up and down. They made up their minds, they were resolute, they were consistent, and they gave it their all. And they kept going. They didn't stop because people would say or whatever, or because they were not making money. Money is one thing that drives people to just say, okay, let me take whatever is available. The higher pay, the better for me. But that's not always what it is. If you're not getting the joy, if you're not getting the satisfaction, if you're not getting the peace and the fulfillment, I will keep emphasizing the word fulfillment. Fulfillment is something that you cannot quantify. You cannot say, okay, $1 million versus my fulfillment, which is better. You cannot put them on a scale. No matter how you want to say, okay, but money is better. If you're not happy, if you don't have the fulfillment, if you don't have the inner satisfaction and the peace, whatever money they are giving you, no matter how many millions of dollars you are earning out there, or you're getting from that thing that doesn't complete you, you will never feel complete. You will never feel complete till you're doing what you're meant to do. So what is that thing that you want to do? Tell me in the comment section. What is it that you want to do? But everybody has been saying, this isn't worth it. Don't bother doing it. Just leave it alone. Do the norm. Do what every other person is doing. Please tell me in the comment section. Tell me in the comment section. And let's interact. Let's share. And let's see how we can come up with ways to encourage each other. If that thing that you're doing is worth the while, if it's something that you should give your time, your energy, your youth, then you should keep going at it. You shouldn't stop just because people said. If you're sure that that is the right path, you have done your estimation, and you're like, okay, this thing can be lucrative in the next 2 years, then you should give it your time. You should give it your energy. You should give it what it deserves. If it needs you to use your savings, your funds, whatever it is that that thing needs, you should put it in there if you're sure. You have to be sure. You don't just stand up and say, okay, I want to do something. Not everything that people are not doing should be done. In other words, what I'm saying is, the simple fact that people are not doing something may well be that they see that that thing has no futuristic aspects. They see it has no returns on investment. They see it's not worthwhile, or it's not an industry that will grow. Then if you see something like that, don't do it. The people are right. The majority is right in that case. But if you have looked at something, you've checked the numbers, you've seen that it's something that is going to advance in a few years, may not be all that now, may not look very glamorous, may not look very lucrative at the moment, but you know that in a few years it's going to take off, then you should start building it, because you're going to get the advantages of an early founder. You'll get the advantages, but you must always be sure. You must always be sure. You don't just start something just to prove other people, like spite them or prove them wrong, or no. There's no need to prove anybody wrong. What you should concentrate on is your growth, your well-being. It's never about spiting people. You're raising the tree, that is your purpose for living, or your purpose for doing whatever you're doing, should never be about spiting people. Why would you want to spite anybody? You want to spend your whole life trying to spite people and show them? No, don't show them. That's a waste of your time. Prove to yourself that this is what you want and you've given it your all. Prove to yourself that you are someone that can be trusted. You know, you build your self-confidence when you say you would do something and you're actually doing it. You're not just saying it, but you're walking the talk. Walk your talk. Put your money where your mouth is. In other words, when you say something, stick to that thing. Prove yourself right. It's not about people. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. Anybody whatsoever. It doesn't matter how they may have said negative things about you, or how they may have said you're not doing the right thing, you're wasting your time, you're whiling your time away, you don't know what you're doing. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. They should not be your focus. Let your purpose, let your fulfillment, let your goals be your focus. Always make your goals your focus. When your eye is on the prize, when your eye is on your goal, you will not bother about what people are saying. You will not listen to them because you are so focused. This is where you are, and you're focused, you're doing what you want to do. And it's not about what people say. It doesn't matter what they are saying. You just keep your eyes on the prize. What's that prize that you're going for? Do you want to increase your finances? Do you want to impact the world positively? Do you want to fulfill your purpose? Do you want to get that fulfillment that you long for? Do you want to be able to go around the world and impact lives? What is the goal? Whatever that goal is, always stay focused on it. And I always recommend here that you write it down. Write it down on a piece of paper. Oh wow. Alina, all right then. Okay, so as I was saying, write down your goals. Write down your goals and put them in a place where you can see them. Put it in a place that reminds you every day, this is what I'm working towards and this is what I want. Put it there because it's going to motivate you, it's going to inspire you, it's going to push you. It will keep pushing you. When you see that, for instance, you want to be somewhere, you want to have achieved something in the next 5 years. Every day, as you see that thing, it will encourage you to keep going. It will inspire you to keep pushing on. It will help you when the doubt comes. When people come and start saying a lot of negative things, you will remember that you have a goal. You will remember that there are things you want to do and that it doesn't matter what people say, that your focus is your goal. So make your goals your focus. What are your goals? I would like to know what your goals are. Please share them with me in the comments. Yes. Oh, we're almost 30 minutes in. This is amazing. This is amazing. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for spending time with me. I want to know what your goals are, like I was saying. What are your goals? Because we have all kinds of goals. There are some goals you can achieve before the year ends. There are some goals that will take you maybe 1 year to achieve. There are other goals that are long-term goals. So what are your goals? Let's look at them together. Are they short-term goals? Are they medium-term goals? Are they long-term goals? Let's see, how long would it take to achieve your goals? And what again are you doing? What does it take to accomplish those goals? You don't just have goals and you don't have steps or milestones that will help you accomplish the goals. So what are your goals? And what are your milestones? What are the steps you're taking? If, for instance, your focus is to, what do we say now, start a business? Okay, let's say you want to start a business by January next year. For instance, what are you doing? Are you learning about starting a business? Are you saving up money? Do you have the capital? What are you doing to get those goals moving? It's not just about saying I have goals. Don't just say it. You have to put action to it. You have to have milestones. You have to take practical steps. Goals are practical things. They are not just daydreaming. There's a whole load of difference between daydreaming and pursuing your goals. And the thin line there is that it is about actions. Some people sit down all day and they dream. They fantasize about what they want, but they don't take any actions. And so those dreams that they have, those fantasies, those imaginations remain imaginations. They remain fantasies. They remain daydreams. they never come to reality. So what makes your goal come to reality is the action that you take towards it. So what are the actions that you're taking towards your goals? Like I was giving as an example, I said, if you decide that you want to start a business in January next year, are you saving up money? Are you learning how to run a business? What exactly are you doing? Or do you just want to say, I'm quitting my job in December, or the 1st of January, I'm quitting my job? Okay, you quit your job, what next? You just start a business? You just register a business and start it? You need to know what it takes to run a business. So this should be the time when you're learning. This should be the time when you're growing. This should be the time when you are finding out what it takes to be a business owner. It's not just about saying, I'm starting a business. Yes, you can start a business, but you also need to know what it takes to run a business. So these are your preparatory days. This is the time when you find out what it takes and you start learning and equipping yourself. You equip yourself mentally. Maybe you start buying your tools that you're going to need. You start saving up for your capital. Where are you going to run that business? Are you going to run the business in a place that you will rent? Are you going to pay rent? Do you have money for rent? Or are you going to start from your garage? Or are you going to work from home? What kind of business is it? Is it a business that involves a lot of online activities? Is it something you can do behind the scenes? Or is it something that has to be in a store, like a forefront, where people can walk in and there's nothing online? Or are you doing the two? Do you have some online presence as well as offline presence? How do you intend going about it? So these are the things you need to find out. These are the things you need to put in place. These are the things you need to ensure that you prepare towards. You don't just jump in unprepared. Always prepare. It doesn't matter what it is you're doing. Always prepare. Always prepare, because preparation will save you from a lot of trouble. Preparation will save you from a lot of stress. It will help you save a lot of money too, because you may not realize how expensive things are until you venture into the business world. We are using business here for the illustration. It's not necessarily like this is a business tip or a business session. I'm just giving you an example of how preparation is very important and how you need to take actions in order for your goals to actualize and not just remain fantasies or daydreams. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions for me so far? Tell me. Do you have any questions for me? If you do, please drop them in the comment section and let me answer them. Tell me what you think about tonight's live. How has it been? How is it going so far? I would like to hear from you. I always enjoy feedback from my fellow inspirers, because this is a community. This is a community where we motivate each other, we encourage each other, and we become better together as a community. So do you have any questions for me? I would love to answer your questions. And speaking of questions, if you've been following me here on Inspira Central, you will know that I do a lot of things on self-development, mental health. Then I'm particular about teenagers and youths. Teenagers and youths. As a young person, you're in a sensitive time of your life. Like, this is the time where you need to get things right so that you don't mess up your life. And that's why I'm very passionate about young people. Young people are our future. Young people need to get it right, because if they get it right, it means that our future is safe. So I'm passionate about young people. If you're a student, maybe an undergraduate, or you've just graduated, are you in your teens, are you in your 20s, and you like to ask me questions, maybe about school stuff, maybe about teenage stuff, maybe about issues that come up in your 20s, whatever it is that you want to ask me, you can send me a message. My email is inspiracentral@gmail.com. And if you're on this live stream, you can also send me a message now. Send your question here and let me answer them. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. I would answer them. For a few more minutes, I would like to still hang out with you. And let's keep talking. Let's keep talking. Young people need to get things right, because when you get things right, then you would have a stable mind, and then your future will not be in jeopardy. It means your future will be safe. You would have a plan for your life and you would actively work towards it. As a young person, you have more time than the older people. You have your years ahead of you, and that is why it's important that you do the right thing at the right time, because if you get older and you don't get it right now, when are you going to get it? And then there are some things that you do that cannot be undone. And that is why I'm very particular about young people. I just want them to get it right, because so many of us who are older, even people who are older than I am, will tell you that they wish they had someone to tell them, do it like this, or don't do this, or don't do that. Some of them have regrets. Now, who better to learn from than an older person that has been there and done that? And it's best to learn from people's mistakes than to make the same mistakes yourself. It is much better for you to save yourself the trouble, save yourself the drama, save yourself the pain, rather. Save yourself the pain. And with people's experiences, whether good or bad, whether bitter or sweet, learn for yourself and save yourself the heartache. So it's important that as a young person, you get it right the first time. Get it right the first time, because some older people are wishing that they could go back and change things. But you all know it's important. It's impossible, rather, to change things. So you can't undo things. You can't undo the mistakes that you have made. It's best to avoid such mistakes. Okay, we've been here for over 37 minutes. Ooh. Okay. I want to thank all of you for spending time with me. Thank you for giving me your time. Like I always say, it's an honor to have you here with me. Spend time with me and let's interact. Okay, I don't have any questions, but I'm hoping that the next time I do this, you will bring your questions. Please go and write them down, and the next time I do this, let's answer the questions together. I think I will be taking, it's going to be purely Q&A. I'll be taking questions and giving answers as best as I can. Thank you very much for spending time with me, dear fellow inspirers. This has been nice. This is my first live on my phone, given that we now have over 50 subscribers. So thank you so much for giving me your time. Let's do this once again. And don't forget to be an inspiration. I'll see you on the next live. Bye for now.